So understand, my brothers, I'm not talking here, forgive and ask for forgiveness, like words in the wind. It's difficult, I understand. Ask for forgiveness or forgive face to face, wow, this is out of context. But I can tell you one thing, my brothers, there are ways and means of asking for forgiveness. Remember, you are all connected. So if it is a person that you have indirectly harmed, because many times you didn't harm directly, you harmed indirectly. When it comes to forgiveness, asking for forgiveness, think about the person, that's enough. And be sure, that person will suddenly remember you, and you may or may not forgive him, but then the problem is no longer yours, the problem has gone to the other side. I'm still on this side. Then that's it. You can ask for forgiveness or forgive mentally, as long as it is done from the heart. And be sure that the person on the other side will receive this. Somehow, you will appear in her mind, and she will feel like forgiving you or accepting her forgiveness. So do this, ask for forgiveness from whoever you hurt, forgive whoever hurt you. There is no point in feeding these feelings of hurt, hatred, anger, revenge. Revenge is an attraction for your own journey, for everything you are wishing for the other. Exactly that, when you plan revenge against someone, you plan, you architect, you mount a revenge and that person falls, be sure that in the future, you will receive exactly the same, I wouldn't even say, you will receive in a much worse way what you did. Because that's life. You sow and you reap. You sowed revenge, you will reap. It's not punishment, it's sowing and harvesting. So what's the point of revenge? You may even feel accomplished, I got my revenge. Alright, then wait for the feedback, because it will come. Everything you do against each other comes back against you. There is no way, there is no other way for you to learn the pain of what you did. I'm not talking about physical pain here, I'm talking about pain in feeling, so that you feel what you caused. Nothing goes unnoticed. I already said this here. Many, extremely thoughtful. So that's what I've been saying to you, ask for forgiveness from everyone you hurt. Can't remember them all? I also believe not. But if you are asking from the bottom of your heart, your Akashic Master will make that request for forgiveness sweep away your soul path. And give a letter asking for forgiveness to each person you hurt. And everyone will receive it. All. Because in your Akasha, it is marked who you hurt, who you harmed, who you injured, who you killed. It's all there. Then your Akashic Master will deliver a letter to each of you, asking for forgiveness. And if this request for forgiveness was made with a lot of love, with a lot of feeling, with repentance, for each one that is delivered, it will be one less weight on your negative scale. Because you learned your lesson, you understood what you did. Do not understand that everything is forgiven by the universe. But I can tell you that what you did in past lives has been attenuated over time. You are not paying now for things you did millennia ago. And this has been eliminated over time, but the feeling of forgiveness is missing. So this feeling, when done with courage from the bottom of your heart, works. And you free yourself from an immense burden. Very good. Likewise forgiving. A letter will be given with your forgiveness, to each of those who hurt you. So my brothers, do this, do it several times. But how many times? You always want to have something exact. It does not have. I can't say here, light it 10 times, light it 20, 30, 40, that will depend on you. If you lit it up and the next day it was still like, I think I have to light another one. Light as many as your heart asks for. Because each time you ask for forgiveness and you forgive, more cleansing is done in your heart, more cleaning is done on your walk. And here is now a great instruction. I forgiven. What's the person on the other side like? She can accept her forgiveness or not. She can understand, what I did to you was no reason for you to be so hurt. So let's leave everything as it is, and not accept her forgiveness. He understands? Now let's think from that person's side, what did she do to you? Did she really have every intention that you realized? Because if she did, she hurt you, and she will also receive everything she did to you. So it depends if there is a misunderstanding or a real thing. But back. If this person accepts that you understood that he did not have that reason to harm you, or that he also recognized that he did not act well, and you two understand each other, forgive each other, good for the world, good for you, good for the universe. Because those two souls resolved their questions. Now you may have forgiven and the other soul says, no, now I'm the one who doesn't want it. And there? Her problem, you are doing your part, you are forgiving her for what she did to you. Now if she doesn't accept it, if she continues to insist on what hurt her, then the problem is with her now. It's not up to you anymore. You forgave, it's over, the problem for you, it's over. And then I'm going to pose a more complicated situation. You forgave, for you it died, but the next day, she will start to instigate you again. What do? That's where it is, my brothers, all that load of hate comes back again, or you simply say, I don't want to know this anymore, it's over for me. And that's it, she turns her back and leaves. She may even insist, but there will come a day when she will get tired and that will become her daily lesson. It becomes that lesson that you will live every day, having to listen to her talking in her ear, teasing you and you simply turning your back and walking away. Until one day, she will realize that it no longer affects her, and then she gets tired. Or simply, isn't this a good reason for you to think about changing jobs, or changing apartments, changing residence, changing friends, perhaps? Remember, there is always someone to apply the lessons to. So this could be the moment when the universe is telling you, you need to get out of this environment, it's time to grow up. And you just go away, and find something much better. Very good. So I gave the example that you forgave. Now you asked for forgiveness, you hurt and effectively you realized you were wrong and asked for forgiveness, for everything you did. But that sincere forgiveness, from the bottom of my heart. The other person may or may not forgive you. It also remains her problem. You did your part, you asked for forgiveness, you recognized your mistake and you say all this to her, I recognized that I made a mistake, I made a lot of mistakes, I'm here asking for forgiveness. Great, you got rid of that weight too. Now whether she will forgive you or not, the problem becomes hers, no longer hers. So my brothers, to close this matter and as I said, it will be the last time I am talking about it. Forgiving and asking for forgiveness doesn't have to be face to face. If it can be, even better. But there are people who are in your past, who you no longer know how to find. Then it gets difficult. So just mentalize the person. In a general way, ask for forgiveness from everyone who passed through your life and forgive in the same way. In this way you are guaranteeing that your life path that you do to the other is the evil that the other did to you and you kept. So that's your feeling. It is the group of feelings that weighs the most on a soul's journey. So you want to come here, you want to evolve. So get rid of these feelings. Do it. Forgive and ask for forgiveness. And you will see how it looks like a truck came off your back. Life will be much happier, much more productive, much more constructive. Because depending on the degree to which that little animal in your heart is, you may be moving at a snail's pace, because the weight is very heavy. And when you get rid of that weight, you start walking normally. So think about it, but think about it very carefully. And there's no point in telling me that you've forgiven me, but you're still angry. Was there really forgiveness? Of course not, you forgave it out loud, I forgive you. But in the heart the hurt is still there, the stain is still there. So forgiveness is taking everything that is in your heart and throwing it away. And tomorrow when you see the same person, you won't feel anything. You are not obligated to love her, but if you don't reject her, it is already a form of love. No one needs to fall in love with someone they forgave. Just not having any low vibration feelings towards her. This is already a form of love. Understand this. Only the feeling has to be removed from your heart. And become a person you never knew, a person from the world, who if you pass her on the street, won't say anything to you. Here comes so and so, how cool. And go away. It won't bring you any feelings, any memories. Because as long as you remember the act, it's over, you haven't completely forgiven it. And that. If you look at the person and that scene comes back in front of you, forgiveness has not been made yet. So, redo it as many times as necessary. I am Archangel Michael. I'm here trying to show you how easy it is to walk into the fifth dimension. All you need to do is do the exercises at home.